Good morning everyone and welcome back to Master Tara. Yes, I'm still on the dining room table here, so thank you for joining me. I want to have a look at a real mixed bag today. So I want to have a quick look at how the Australian election's going to go, which is coming up. We've got two parties, a Conservative Party and a Democratic Social Party. The Conservative Party is the one that's been in leadership for the last 10 years and is running a campaign on fear, and the Democratic Socialist one is trying to get a message across, but they're not very good at messaging, so it sounds very much like the US. So I'm going to do that. I want to have a quick look at Trump's health because he has been hinting that he's not well. If I can, I'll have a look at Abbott in Texas to see how he goes in the midterm, especially in regards to the recent debacle on your border where he was double customing the goods trucks coming in and ended up in about $240 million worth of spoilt fruit and vegetables that, you know, in the middle of a supply chain crisis is just absolutely ridiculous. Jared with his Saudi loan of $2 billion, we'll have a look at that. If we get time, the gay law in Florida, how that will go with the Air Force declaring that it will take any members that want to transfer out, they will transfer out, and they are seriously looking at closing some bases that will affect those that live near the base because the base is the livelihood for the towns. We'll have a look at that, and if we get time, we'll have a look to see how the Queen is going, that she didn't take part in the usual Easter celebrations that she usually does, so we'll have a quick look at the Queen as well. So where do we start? Australian elections. We'll get that out of the way. I have read on this before. It'll be interesting to see whether what I think will happen will actually still ring true and is going to happen. I still very strongly believe it will. There is so much scandal coming out, and we are being reminded of that was undertaken by our Conservative Party, the Liberal National Party. The latest one is a payout by one of their taxpayer payout because one of their ministers sexually abused one of their staffers, and we're looking at combination of legal fees plus the actual payout itself of over $1 million worth of taxpayer money. Not getting the publicity it should, but we are getting reminded of a lot of the inept policies of this particular party. Very good at spin and smoke and mirrors, not very good at actually doing anything, very good at promising, not very good at delivering. So tell me about the Australian election. I'll ask, from the side of the current Liberal National Party, our Conservative Party, will the Liberal National Party win the Australian election coming up in about 5 weeks? 5 weeks more of this politicking. I don't know if I'll be able to stand it. Here is the voter. Interesting point to note is that we have an independent electoral commission that also draws the boundaries, etc. There's none of this gerrymandering that goes on in the US and other countries. Very independent. They have reported that since January, so what are we looking, 4 months, there have been nearly 1 million extra people enrolled to vote. Now, voting is compulsory in Australia, but you do actually have to register to vote. So we've had 900,000 extras. These are the 18 to 21-year-olds mainly who were not eligible last time around for a federal election. And I honestly believe that they are a voting bloc that is vastly underestimated by all sides of politics in Australia. When you're looking at a country of 26 million, that includes everything from great-grandparents right down to newborns, 1 million new voters thrown into that mix is a substantial number. So tell me about, okay, they're going to have to defend themselves. This is what was thrown out at me. They are under attack from many deservedly angles. Okay, I'm being biased here, putting my opinions out there. I don't know that the other side's particularly much better with our Labour Party, which is the Democratic Socialist Party. Their leader's a bit of a limp lettuce leaf, for want of a better way to put it. He has the charisma of a wet paper bag. Politics. Okay. However, he is probably the better of the two, isn't it sad when it comes down to which is the least worst? And then we have our independents and minor parties in the mix. But tell me, how will the LNP, our Conservative Party, go in the May 21st elections? Signifier card thrown out, the moon. There's this murky underbelly that is going to be revealed, that will be coming to the surface and exposed to the light. Interesting. The King of Swords, bringing forward a powerful message of the truth. This is the authority leader of wisdom, but he's also the legal fraternity. So there is going to be some very powerful truth come out in regards to this murky underbelly. Now I'm reading on the Liberal National Party here. They will reap what they have sowed. And then we've got the Ace of Wands, which is a new start. So I'm seeing, and then we've got this complete and utter downfall as these swords of truth are plunged into one by one into the back of this party. So I am seeing, and then we've got the Queen of Swords. So the bookends at either end of the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Their pacts and contracts and arrangements are going to come to the surface, which is going to lead to their downfall. They are extremely insecure at the moment in regards to the voter, and there will be messages of full illumination coming forward in regards to the truth that will leave them out in the cold due to their contracts with the devil, and they are really anxious about it, so they know. There is one particular, the Prime Minister, Mr Morrison, parachuted a candidate into a particular seat we call Warringah, who is a very vocally homophobic. She is very vocally homophobic, transphobic, quite a nasty, evil piece of work. He made a captain's call and put her in as a candidate for that area over the rank and file who would normally choose who they wanted to represent them. So this is this devil energy coming out, this toxicity. So I don't see the Liberals the Liberal National Party getting up. Quick look at Labour. Tell me about Labour in regards to the Australian election. I have to do this over 2 readings, all this list of things that I want to have a look at. Tell me about the Labour Party, our Socialist Democratic Party, being accused of being communist, as they always are by those on the far right. But tell me, how will the Labour Party go in the Australian election on the 21st of May? Okay, they are walking a tightrope. They are having to make the difficult decision of what ship to bring into port, what message that they want to get across, and it is a juggling act for them. They have a lot of messages. A lot of what they bring forward is very positive for Australia, except that it can be easily manipulated to create fear amongst people who aren't politically astute, which, like any country, is probably the majority of voters. So they have to juggle. They're walking a tightrope about what message they want to bring forward. Last election, they lost on the messaging that was manipulated. They are working very hard behind the scenes, and they're also making sure their proposed budget balances. However, there is going to be this in regards to the budget, there are going to be those that are going to feel like they've been neglected, being left out in the cold. Again, they are anxious as well about this outcome, and it is down to they are anxious about the opinion of the voter. They've been caught out by that before. They're hesitant about what to bring forward, but they're also, so they're hesitant, but they're also trying to get people to see things from a different point of view, but they are seeing themselves bound by the truth that they want to get forward. They're trying to project this image of balance and restoration for the country, which is not easy. And then we have the world, which is about unity and also a culmination, a coming together and a culmination. However, the foundation they're trying to build, there will be those that will be trying to sabotage it. You've got these untruths, these manipulation of the truth, the abuse of power coming forward. However, also got this Wheel of Fortune, so this is about destiny and karma. So these cards aren't particularly, there will be an offer being made, they will be disappointed, and there will be a message of truth and wisdom coming forward. So and then we've got this Page of Wands as well, this Knight of Wands, so an inspiring movement forward. So it's not totally clear, and I think I know why, which will be my next question, because this is what I've been seeing now for months. Will the independents and minorities hold the balance of power in the upcoming election? In the Australian election, will the independents and minor parties hold the balance of power in the upcoming Australian election? So this is the offer being made. They're disappointed that they didn't win outright, but there is an offer being made. So please tell me. So I'm seeing more positive towards our Labor, our Socialist Democratic Party. I'm seeing more positive towards them with this offer being made, with the Wheel of Fortune, the Karma card. They're struggling to get their messaging across. They're finding themselves drawn down into the gutter politics, which they don't want to. Oh, and the voters come out again. So this is in regards to the independents and the minorities. Will the independents and minorities hold the balance of power? Will the independents and minorities hold the balance of power in the upcoming Australian federal election? Will they hold the balance of power in the upcoming Australian election? We are at a crossroads, a difficult decision to be made as to which way this country goes forward. It is up to the voter, so I'm leaving that as the signifier card, very much about the voter. The voters are at a crossroads. They are torn about what direction to take. They're feeling disillusioned by both of the major parties. There is a lot of illusion and delusion going on. There are choices to be made, and they are going to be emotional choices, made on an emotional basis. Page of Wands, again, this inspired message coming forward. But these are the young people. This is this 900,000 that I really honestly think are going to hold the balance of power. And what you find too is a lot of the independents and minor parties are also younger people. who are not jaded into party politics yet. Knight of Coins. So this is the slow, Knight of Cups, sorry. So he's coming forward with an offer. He is bringing forward an offer. So there, okay, it is going to be burdensome. I'll go on this in a minute. We also do have the grappling with the lies and deceit and the abuse of power. So this is the illusion and delusion. And there we have the choices. So, a Knight of Swords, a harsh truth coming forward. And then we've got the Page of Cups, something to be revealed with the youth. And then we have the Death card, which is authentic change. Death very rarely means death. A collective awakening, an inevitable ending, a unity, a coming together. Okay, so what I'm seeing, and this is going to be intergenerational. What I'm getting with this is the voter, the voters. They're at a crossroads. They've got a difficult decision to be made as to which way is the path forward. There's a lot of illusion, smoke and mirrors going on, but they see through this. The voters are now starting to see through this, especially the young people, because they have access to outside the mainstream media. Now, the mainstream media is 90-something% owned by Rupert Murdoch and another who I cannot think off the top of my head, both very entrenched conservative. They're the ones that back Trump, they're the ones that back Boris Johnson. So the young people have access to media outside of the mainstream, and they are seeing through this illusion and delusion, and here they are. These are the young people coming forward. There will be an offer made, so this is tying me to the card in regards to the offer being made to the Labor Party. So there will be an offer being made. It will be burdensome and difficult path forward for these independents and minor parties. They will have to compromise on the message that they're trying to get out, and there will be they will find it difficult. We've got this abuse of power that the young people are seeing, that the voters are starting to see through. It's up next to my voter card. There is a choice to be made, which is literally the election. There is a harsh truth that will come forward, and then these young people, again, something to be revealed that these young people are bringing forward in the forms of a message, which is an end of an era, an authentic reform, as they come together in a collective unity that brings about an inevitable ending that will set the country up to go forward for generations to come. So I'm actually really positive that, and that's what I've seen all along, is that it will be the minorities that will hold the balance of power. Base of the packers, we've got temperance, the rebalancing. So that's what I've seen all along, is it is the youth, and it is the miners and independents that will hold the balance of power. Okay, very quickly, Jared with his Saudi $2 billion. Oh, do I have to? Yes, I do. Tell me about Jared Kushner. This was a deal that was made while he was working as a White House advisor while Trump was in government. Tell me about, now I'm not going to put any vibes out there at all, I'm just going to see how it will play out, and we'll run through that very quickly. Tell me about this $2 billion that Jared Kushner has borrowed from flinging out everywhere. There is something that's going to be revealed. Something that has not come forward yet. Got the Page of Swords, so there's this message of truth that's going to come forward, and then the Page of Wands as well. So, what's that? That's 3 pages. Page of Cups, Page of Swords, Page of Wands. So there is something that's going to be revealed. The truth, a message is going to come forward, and it's all young people, which I'm thinking is Jared. He's going to feel embattled, battle weary in regards to this dark money. Interesting. So I'll just go a bit further on that. Tell me about this $2 billion that Jared Kushner has borrowed off the Saudi government. Saudi, it's not government, it's royal family, I think, isn't it? I mean, these are the ones that murdered the journalist Kushner, and I do apologise, I've pronounced that wrong. I always trip over that name. Is this $2 billion? How's this going to pan? How's this going to play out? Is it going to bite him on the backside? Is it going to be brushed under the carpet? Tell me about this $2 billion from the Saudis. Tell me about this $2 billion from the Saudis. How's it going to play out? Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look-see. The past. Temperance. Okay. Is going to be challenged by a rebalancing. Base, we have this Page of Cups here again. There is something that is going to be revealed in regards to it. In the past is this dark money, is this money laundering. Okay. So this is telling the story about the money at the moment. And then we have, crowning the reading, we have Kushner, or the outcome of this being wounded and battled, having to set up boundaries, feeling embattled and defending himself. Things are going to come forward very quickly. There are messages that are going to come forward almost chaotically in regards to this, which will lead to the Wheel of Fortune, karma. Karma is, this is the external influence. Karma is going to come back and bite him on the bum. Internally, it will be an inevitable ending. Oh, okay. Hopes and fears. Moving on from troubled water, but also taking the swords of truth and moving on. So I think that's his hope. However, so we've got having to set boundaries and then we've got having to defend himself. So wounded and embattled, having to defend himself. I don't think I need to explain that one to you. And there will be celebration in regards to that. There is a hidden agenda in regards to this. There is a hidden agenda. Base of the pack is we've got the manipulation overseas, taking what does not belong to you. We have the voter, or the population celebrating. There is work going on behind the scenes, but he will find himself out in the cold with full illumination of this monies, oligarch style. This is my oligarch card. It's the Saudi royal house money. It's the intergenerational ill-gotten gains in this particular deck. Okay, so nothing completely crushing for Kushner, but what I am getting there is that it is going to be revealed. He is going to find himself destitute when it comes to light. there is a hidden agenda in regards to this. There is an inevitability. I'm wondering whether this means that this is sabotage, betrayal, whether the monies are just going to be demanded back. I'm not sure. But there will be celebration, coming together in circles of support in regards to whatever the outcome is. And then we have these sorts of cards as well: manipulation, an ending, embattled, battling. Yeah, there's something there that's going to come to the fore that's not going to be very pleasant for Kushner. Okay, Trump 24. Okay, tell me about Trump's health. So that was using my golden universal tarot. Now I'm using my gilded tarot royale. Tell me about Trump's health. Tell me about Trump's health. Tell me about Trump's health. I've already seen he won't run in 2024. I've seen that numerous times, and many other legitimate readers who are non-biased in regards to this. Marianne from Revealing Light, Lena from Tarot Down Under, Cash Peters from England. We have no vested interest, and we have all read that no, he's not going to run in 24. But tell me about Trump's health. Tell me about Trump's health. The reason he's keeping this illusion going that he's going to run is so that people donate money. It is literally just a money-sucking grift for him. He sees it as a form of income. So you got to feel sorry for those that are falling for it, and the ones that are often paying their $5, their $10, their whatever, they can't afford. They're the ones that really can't afford to. But he's doing it because that's how he was brought up. There's a sucker born every minute is what I've just been told. And that's how he sees it. There's a sucker born okay. And I've just been, sorry for cliches today, I have just been told a fool and his money are soon parted. That's how he sees it. If they want to give it to him, he'll take it. That's basically how he sees it. And he thinks they're foolish for doing so, but he's not going to knock it back. Okay, tell me about Trump's health, please, Master. Tell me about Trump's health. Tell me about Trump's health. Tell me about Trump's health. Okay, what have we got? The Empress is the signifier card. I'll bring you down. Sorry about the light there. The Empress is the signifier card. Now, she's Russia, but she also is the harbinger of abundance, feminine energy, rebirth. So we'll see where this goes. This is the signifier card. Two of Swords. So there is a crossroads being reached. Insecurity, holding on to what you've got. Now, it's not necessarily money, because the Pentacles are wealth, but they are also health. So his health is actually at a crossroads at the moment, and there's a lot of insecurity and concern about his health. Information will come forward very quickly. When it comes, it will come very quickly in an almost chaotic manner. And then we have the Star of Hope. Okay, new beginning, working hard behind the scenes, but an ending, abuse of power, devil, anxiety, and disappointment. Okay, well, it's about sums trump up, really. So what I'm basically seeing is that this is the benevolent energy, the caregiver, the shining light over the health at the moment. And I'm just looking, I'm really drawn to this cross here, this cross symbol, which is often a symbol for it's the Red Cross, it's the ambulance services, it's the what they put on the hospitals in humanitarian situations, etc. I'm just seeing that this is really epitomising almost an ending. But he is at a crossroads. There is great insecurity about his health at the moment, and when the messages come forward, they will come forward very quickly at a chaotic pace. And then we have the Star of Hope, which is, for many readers, the best of the USA. So it is what will be best for the USA. There is a new beginning in regards to his health, but that doesn't necessarily mean a positive, but we'll keep going with this. They are working hard behind the scenes in regards to it. You do have an ending and beginning in regards to this. This is not authentic reform today. This is an ending and beginning in regards to this health behind the scenes. And I'm drawn to this card as being just bringing forward a really big symbol that reminds me of this Chariot in regards to his health. There is deception going on in regards to it. His toxic lifestyle has led to this. There is great anxiety, but there is going to also be disappointment. So I'm not seeing, it's not good cards. And rest assured, he's not going to run in 2024. Okay, we're up to 32 minutes already, so I might tackle the rest of the questions on Monday. So I shall see you on Monday when I want to have a look at the gay laws in Florida, Abbott in Texas, and to have a look to see how the Queen is going. Okay, take care. Love to you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.